What's going on? This is My Life in the Shop. I'm your host, Donald Washington. Now, I got Torrance Smith from DIGO magazine. Now, Torrance Smith, he's normally behind the cameras, but he's the one for the last few years, man, been bringing y'all all the hot stuff coming out of DIGO magazine, from the magazine to the website, man, to the Facebook page. What's going on, Torrance?
Man, I'm good. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm alright, man. I know as a videographer, it's different being behind the camera. Like, I'm a videographer, man, so being behind the camera is a lot different, man. I just wanted to bring y'all some of the stuff, man, that you've been doing in the last few years, man, and bring it to everybody's attention on what you're doing now.
Okay.
You ain't freeze up, did you?
No, I'm right here.
Okay, I got you. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this video. Make sure y'all share this video. So, what are some of the projects that you're working on now?
Man, right now, I'm always doing the DIGO Iron Shop, and that's pretty much what I've been doing, for like the last almost like a year and a half.
Right,
so
okay.
I've been, I started doing that, and I got other projects that I'm working on. I got a documentary that I'm bringing out with one of my partners, Jeff, Dr. Groove Watts, and it's called The Brighter Side of Darkness.
Okay.
And it's about rape and molestation.
Okay.
And we got maybe like 7 people, 2 guys, no, it's 8 people, 6 women and 2 guys sharing their stories about rape and molestation, what happened to them as they, grew up as a child. And pretty much we're capturing the story. It's, man, they telling it for real. Nothing held back, just everything landed on the line. No faces blurred, nothing.
This is a documentary on children being raped. These particular.
Yeah.
So you following 2 girls?
Yep. Girls and guys. Guys stepped up to the plate too. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be interesting.
Oh, about them being raped. Okay, so they were raped. So
they was raped.
So that's the documentary you're working on. Like, okay, so I worked on the Chicago Wake documentary. I brought you guys Violence in Chicago. Tell me about some of your other projects. Tell me about this project you did with this brother right here.
Oh, Wally, yeah, my man Wally from Urban Grind TV.
Okay, Urban Grind
TV. I got introduced to Wally by a brother named Tony Jordan, and I did an interview with Jazzo. Jazzo is the mentor of Jay-Z, and I did a good job. He was like, I want to introduce you to someone, and the person he introduced me to was Wally. So Wally video did real good, like 17,000 hits. And Wally's been doing this Urban Grind TV movement for maybe 15 seasons now, he said.
Okay.
And it's like, man, it's a real good show. He's highlighting a lot of Chicago talent and people outside of Chicago. And he has a deal with Fubu TV.
Okay.
And, he's on cable channels. He's doing it, man. Comcast, RCN. And he sat down with me and pretty much told me his life story. And he really liked it. So the video that you're playing with him, he's actually going to air it on his TV show too.
Okay.
So he liked it that much. So I'm pretty much, been fortunate to be doing this and highlighting people. And, Wally is a good person, man. Good person to know in Chicago.
Okay, I didn't even know he was out of Chicago, man. And I've seen a lot of people on y'all show on DIGO magazine, people that I never knew, famous people that came out of Chicago that I didn't even know was in Chicago, man. So that's very good to know, man. And I'm glad that you guys highlight talent coming out of Chicago.
That's the thing, man. That's the thing with me, and that's what I've been doing since I started doing it. I try not to follow the trends and follow the who's who, because you see them. I want to get more people at the groundbreaking level where tomorrow they somebody, today they nobodies. Not everybody that did was a nobody, but it's time to get other people a chance. It's the internet. We're reaching millions of people, and there's so many people doing so much good stuff out here that people need to be highlighted. So I try to find like stories, and people that at the grassroots levels, at the groundbreaking levels, and let's highlight them. And people that's doing just things like one woman bought a lot in Inglewood for $1 and turned it into this beautiful place where people can go do yoga, people do dancing. I mean, just all kinds of stuff, and people need to know that the news is not going to cover everything, and some of the stuff that they do cover, it's like it's always the grime and the grit. It's a few happy stories here and there, but it's mostly who got shot and when they got shot.
That's all they show. So if you watch the Chicago news, you never see none of the positive stuff that come out of Chicago. You always see the negative, man. Because I'm on those news stations, on those news sites, and all of them highlight all the bad. How many people got killed.
Yep.
So, and I'm glad that your station, your company highlights the positive out of Chicago, man. And I see you guys out there grinding, man. I seen you guys at the Black Lives Matter event with the Ronnie man that got killed by the police officer.
Yeah. Oh man, it's funny that you bring Ronnie Man up. I was just with his mother this past Saturday. She had an event, and I interviewed her not too long ago. And she's a good, genuine person. And I told her, anytime you got something going on, let me know and I come out. I just don't want you to think that's just an interview that I'm doing and I'm just trying to, capitalize on what happened. I kind of felt her as a person. So I ended up pretty much going to this event, talking to her. She's been through a lot. And people who know the story know, what happened. It's kind of foul. It's kind of, it's a tough thing to deal with from a mother standpoint.
Right.
To watch a video and to see her son killed. Regardless of what these people say happened or didn't happen, but just to see your kid. I'm a father, you're a father,
Right.
and to see that, that's just heart wrenching.
And she had to watch that video over and over again. And so
Yes.
many people want to talk to her about it, want to interview her about it. I actually talked to her. She's actually going to be on this show, My Life in the Shy, Saturday. Hopefully we can set that up. I already talked to her. I called her up, and she's going to kind of explain some of the things that they're going through with the police shootings and what's going on now for them to finally get justice. If possible. So
She deserved it, man. And when I interviewed her, I didn't really ask her too many questions. I kind of just let her go and talk because I was like, man, kind of brought in with some of the stuff that she was revealing to me. And I was just like, wow, this needs to be heard. And sometimes stories like that kind of get covered up after, the fact that it happened. And people tend to forget about it, but it's like us as, kind of like video activists, if you want to call it that. We got to keep stories alive, and keep, this thing going that we got because we have cameras, man, and these cameras are everything right now. Even with the, the Facebook Lives going live, like the girl that got shot the other day in the Parkway Gardens. I think that's the name. Yeah, she on the camera, so cameras, man, they mean so much right now. So it's like seeing your kid get shot and killed, running from the police with no gun.
So as a videographer, right, you've been on the scene of crime scenes, man, and seen mothers and prayer vigils. I know I've been to a few prayer vigils with you out there in the camera, man, and I try to tell people, it's crazy to see that, man, because the families are so broken up, man. I was at one of them, Africa Bass, the young sister that got killed in 2016, and I was at that prayer vigil, man, and that was heart-wrenching because they had the prayer vigil like literally the same day she died. Like she died like at 1 in the morning. They had it like that night, and her family was just really getting hit with the reality of it.
Right. That's true, man. It's man. I was out there with you one time. I can't remember. It was. I can't remember the story though.
I think it was
I
the four
can't.
people killed outside of that store.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yeah.
And that
Whatever.
was a
Yeah. I remember that story.
that was a gut wrenching story too, man.
Yeah,
Because
it was. Because you was telling me you was out there with your camera. Was that you?
I had the
And
drone out there too.
yeah, and they told you that you couldn't film or something out there, something like that.
Yeah, you know what, man? Because yeah, as a black videographer, man, people really want to know. It's like they want to attack you for filming. And they,
That's
they
true.
they 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 look at us as like the enemy, and then when they come around, they think they from the TV, and they gather around, give them everything they need. So it's really hard out there for
Man, I was just talking about that, man, to my cousin, just actually maybe like 30 minutes ago, about how people come in certain areas in Chicago and they come and basically people just spill, they just, man, these stories, and just be like, man, this happened, man, don't go here, go there. You come in there, man, they looking at us like, I mean, who are y'all? You
right,
know,
right.
what
Who
do you
y'all
do?
to
You
be
know,
filming me?
yeah, yeah. Now it's going to tell our story, but that's how it is.
And so you know what, the Chicago story, man, need to be told. On what's going on. But I wanted to highlight, not only what's going on in the Chicago Way documentary, but the solutions to the problems that we're having in Chicago. And that's why
Yeah,
I'm glad that you guys highlight the good that's coming out of Chicago, man, and the people that's making moves, the movers, the shakers, the actors, actresses.
yeah.
I know you did Rick Stone for Cooley High. His story is a good one, man, and I'm glad that you brought that story from him to tell how he got on in the industry. Because you know what, Chicago, as far as with the music and acting, is very hard to get put on in Chicago, especially in 2018.
Yeah, Rick Stone, man, his story is, man, it's amazing, man. And what I captured that day from him is still a lot more that he wanted to talk about, but I didn't have a lot of time. And it's a story that needed to be told maybe like 20 years ago.
Right,
You know,
right.
sometimes you get overlooked, and people care about like what's going on now, who's hot now, and a person like that just kind of get swept under the rug.
Right, right.
But once I got introduced to him and I found out who he was, I was like, oh man, I'm a fan of Cooley High. I know about Stoney Roberts, and I heard things in the past about him, and I was like, yeah, I want to talk to him as long as he's up to talk to me, and he was, and when I put the story out, man, people loved it. I just put out part two, last week sometime, and people was asking about a part two, but I wasn't going to do it because we had started on a documentary. Rick be kind of busy, sometimes, and when I started doing a documentary, I was like, man, this dude, his story, man, it can be a movie, from how he got started to what he's doing now.
He was,
You know,
yeah, I was listening to it, how he was gang banging. I didn't know he was out there gang banging like that. His story's crazy.
yeah, Rick, yeah, like he said, he was a gang leader, and that was him. And I heard that before years ago about how he was as I don't know how to call it, but just a thug, out there in the streets. He said, he went from a thug to what he's doing now at the Black Ensemble Theater with Jackie Taylor, who was also in Cooley High too, and she offered him a job after she found out that he was, fell on hard times and he was trying to escape the street life. So, that was a good thing for him. I mean, the dude is talented. He can sing, he can act, and I just feel like his story needs to be told and told the right way, and not, just just being handled by, the powers that be. You know what I'm talking about, and basically just leave him, to the wayside. But Rick is a good guy, man.
Right, so because back in them days, actors and singers didn't make that much money, so a lot of them had to revert back to the street life in them days, because a lot of them weren't getting that much money.
Right. Yeah. 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 Back then, man, it's different than it is now. I think if it was like how it is now back then, you'll see a lot more people getting ahead, getting advanced and making more money. Back then, you called a raw deal, man, and that was it. You had your little hit song, that was it. Like him, he was in a movie one time, that was it.
That was it.
You didn't see him no more.
Chicago is like the hardest place to make it, man, in the world. But whoever leaves Chicago, wherever you go, you're a living legend, literally, man. When you leave Chicago, people worship you, literally.
Yeah, it's Chicago right now, as far as like on the music scene, is it's back. I ain't gonna lie, it's coming back. And you got a lot of young artists that's getting signed, getting deals and stuff like that. So it's here. It's here more than it's ever been.
Right.
You got the Kanye's, the Lil Durks, the Chief Keefs, the Famous Dex. All these guys. That's coming out, and Chicago's here. Sometimes it's not what you might want to hear, but Chicago's well represented in the music game right now. But back then, they was too.
But what, man? Crucial Conflict, they even having harder times trying to get back into the game, and they put Chicago on the map.
Yeah, they did. They did. I don't know.
Chicago on the map.
Yeah, I don't know what's the problem with that. Why they, I don't know. I don't know the story to that one, but I always wondered why they didn't, continue, with their success that they got.
And you know what, man? And so that's why I wanted to bring you on the show, man, to highlight, man, the good things that y'all brought out from Indigo Magazine, man, with you being behind the camera, man, and highlighting the good. And that's something else on My Life in the Shot that I want to highlight is more of the good. I remember actually we was out filming New Era Chicago together too. I think that was our first time filming together.
Yep, that was our first time, man. And that story, man, once I found out about it, and Brother Hood Hope, man, he hooked me up when Body Man was
from New Era
Chicago. Yep, and he told me about him, and I had saw him on Facebook one time. And I saw him out in Rosen. It was a video that you did. And I saw him in Rosen, and I was like, man, this is different. I've never seen anything like that. The only thing that I could come close to.
Peace and love like from New York, Chicago family.
My fault, yeah. This is it right here.
Yep.
This is the video I did. So this is one of the videos.
So when I saw them, man, I was just like, man, this is something different. So I wanted to do a story. So I didn't know y'all was gonna be walking that long. We walked so far that day, but it was worth it, man, because I finally got to see something, that I never seen before. So that was the good thing about that, man. I'm gonna repost that video too, just because you brought it up, and I really like what they do, man. I do.
Yeah, I honor what they do, and I respect what they do, man. New Era Chicago, they was out there marching 4 or 5 hours, man. They was putting literally days out there for our people, man. And they put their heart and their soul, each and every one of them, man, into the movement, into their beliefs, man. So much love, much shout out to New Era Chicago, man. They really paved the way, man, for a lot of people, man. For a lot of people to do what they do. And I was glad to be able to capture a lot of these moments out there with them.
Because, what I saw with them, man, I saw something that a lot of people wouldn't do, is go in the hood, man, the heart of the hood, man. We was on the heart of the west side. I forget the streets. We was on Iowa or something like that. Streets I didn't even know existed. Dudes out there shooting dice, man. You walking up on them, man. Them brothers stopped shooting dice. Started shaking hands, man. They going knocking on doors. I was like, this is.
I'm talking about they go through neighborhoods people scared to even walk through, man.
Yep. Yeah. So I was just like, man, I was just really, really impressed, man. And I want them to continue to do what they do, man, for real.
I was impressed at everything they do, man. And I'm glad they out there doing their thing, man.
I'm looking at the video now, man, and that's reminding me, man, what he was doing. That's what I saw, man. That's what I saw, knocking on them doors, man.
And that's something that amazed me, man, that they was knocking on doors, shaking hands, talking to the young brothers. And now when
Yep.
people see like gas stations shut down, first thing they say is,
Yeah.
why don't y'all go through the hood? And I'm like, that's all they do is go through the neighborhood.
Yep. Yeah. And the funny thing is, man, I never saw this on the news.
Never saw it on the news. They
Never
did
saw it
make
on
the
the
news
news, man.
once. They made the news one time.
I missed it.
Yeah, they did make the news one time, man, but it took them, man, so much. You know, we highlighted so much. Man, videos did millions of views, thousands. Man, the videos did great, man. So, shout out to New Era Chicago, man. They put it down for black brothers and gave us hope, man. And not only that, taught people to shop black owned. Take care of your neighborhood. All that gang banging stuff is old and over with. Why are you fighting your own brother?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
Shout
I'm
out to
saying?
Ronnie, man, and the other brothers, man.
Yeah, brother Taji, man, Ronnie, man, it's a beautiful movement, man.
Eric. Yep.
Yeah,
And I
brother
saw
Eric.
them, man. I saw them on Ashland. What was it? Man, was it 63rd Ashland, I believe? I saw them. Um, they had a protest going on, and the police was out there, and they started getting arrested and everything, man, women, everything, man. But they were standing up, man.
Oh yeah. They was fighting cases, man. It was a big brawl, man. That was a big thing,
Yeah.
man. So man, and you
Yep.
know what? And so we was able to capture that. We the videographers are able to capture that. That's behind the cameras, man. And that's why I really wanted to bring you on and highlight yourself, because don't nobody ever, you know, we never get that recognition, of, you know, from anybody that, you know, highlight the good that videographers bring and the power
Yeah.
behind videographers that can bring awareness and can bring you this,
Yep.
because they didn't want, you know, they didn't want any fame. They out there doing it for the people, and I wanted to highlight it and bring it to Chicago on what New Era Chicago was doing and the good they was doing for the community, man. So
Yeah, you know, when you speak of videography, we wear a lot of hats, man, as far as like filming, editing, sound, a lot. It's a lot that we do. And I know you do the same as what I do, graphics, all of that.
right,
And, the platform that I have, I easily can turn my second camera on me and get a little fame out here too.
right.
And I kind of make it, for that person and not caring about if nobody know my face. Even though people said, man, you need to, be more visible, because when I do go out, I might be in a room where the whole room probably saw one of my videos, but
They don't know who you are.
they don't know who the heck I am, So it's like I got to think about that sometimes. But when it's time, to do an interview, when you asked me to do an interview, I was like, I'm gonna do it. So my face can be known as the person that's doing this for Indigo, because Indigo has been around for a long time.
Indigo
And
been around, right?
yeah, and Tommy Hartman was smart enough to say, hey, this is the thing. This is what she told me. She was like, print is dying. And these videos on the internet is taking over. You got too much stuff to compete against. You out there eating a sandwich or something, you might not want to read a newspaper. You can click on your phone and click a video, and you got what you want to see, and you just sit back and do what you got to do. So she gave me this platform, and I didn't set out to be a video journalist when I got my camera, but I kind of turned into it. And, I'm seeing brothers like yourself out here, doing the same thing that I'm doing. And there's not a lot of us, that's doing, what we do for the community. Because when a lot of brothers get a camera, the first thing they want to run and do is some music videos.
Right.
And try breaking that game. I did that too. Actually, the last one I did was D.A. Smart's where my mob at. It was a positive song, trying to bring organizations together and everything. And I did that video. And I really haven't had no interest in doing, music videos, because I found something, that I love doing, and that's highlighting other people. You know.
Right, and that's something. And you could bring it to life. Something. Matter of fact, you could take something small and make it huge.
Yep.
You know, and that's what I like the creation of it. And it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. I remember being up to 4, 5 in the morning some days, just working on videos.
Yep. Man, same here, man. Just, I mean, I got kids and everything, and got to spend time with kids. But when they go to bed, I'm up working. There's been times where I didn't even go to sleep, and they waking up. I ain't went to sleep at all, man. I got to take them to school.
Right,
So I
right.
might get a couple hours of sleep in, but I'm back at it before I go get them from school, pick them up, spend some time with them, and then after that they go to sleep. I'm back at it again, So it's like if you don't work, you don't eat.
If you don't
You
move
know,
your feet, you don't need it. And a lot of people don't see the hard work of being behind the camera, man.
yeah, they just see the finished product, and it can be a minute video, but you done spent 8 hours on that minute video. Look at TV commercials. It's not no wham bam, thank you, ma'am. It's a lot to go into
It's a lot
what
to
we
go.
do.
It's a
Yeah,
lot
and
going
people just
into it.
see. You can do like you doing your documentary. Somebody gonna watch it from beginning to end, and they gonna be like, "Oh man, this was nice," but they don't know how many hours of footage you got. Man, you can probably got about 300 hours of footage, and you got to look
Easy.
through all of this, make sure your story is making sense, make sure you didn't leave out nothing or nobody. It's a lot, man. And then you got to sit back and edit it, and the editing hours, man, it's ridiculous, man. But a lot of people behind the scenes don't get credit because we up here making somebody else look better.
Right, right. So what other projects do you have now that you want to share with everybody that you guys are working on at Indigo?
Well, right now I'm in the process of switching the format up a little bit and more so making it into like more of a TV show, more so than just straight interviews,
Right.
and make it a little bit more interesting and doing more topics, more so than just one person. And that's what I'm going to be working on next, and trying to push it towards TV because I feel like as far as like on TV, it's no real black shows that's
Okay.
highlighting what's going on in the community. You have a few that highlight some people, but like the TV show The Jam. I seen a couple people that I interviewed on The Jam, and I did some of these people like first interviews, and I look up, they in this TV show, and I'm like, wow, I'm on to something. So that's why I said I got to switch my format up a little bit because I feel like I'm competing with, TV, everyday broadcast. And if I'm getting to people before they get to them months ahead of time, I feel like I'm competing and I should be, working towards, competing on a bigger level, a bigger scale.
Right.
So that's one of the things is expanding what I'm doing out on shop.
So how can people get in contact with you?
Man, they can go to YouTube. They can go to it's two pages. You can go to Bird's Eye View Productions. That's my YouTube channel. You can see some eye on the shots on there and some of my personal work. Or you can go to Harmony Hartman's YouTube channel. You can go to Facebook, Indigo Mega Paper, and you can email me at indigoionshine@yahoo.com.
All right, I try to put a link to your Facebook so people get in contact with you, especially if they want to get an interview with you. I know you guys
Yeah.
are really busy, man, and doing big things out of Chicago, man. And I definitely wanted to highlight, man, the powerful things, the powerful movement y'all got, because y'all been around for some years, man, putting in
Yeah.
good work.
Yeah, she been around for a while, man, and she's real strong in the political game here in Chicago. And she's been on TV recently, and I'm talking about Harmony Hartman. She's been on TV because she has a book called Indigo Legacy, and it's highlighting 110 people in Chicago over the years. So you might see a story about Barack Obama to Dorothy Tillman to, man, it's so many people. Lovey Smith. Man, it's a beautiful book, man. A good coffee table book. And I know she's been working that book. She's been all over the news and the radio and everything. So she's been pushing that book, and I've been pretty much focusing in on these video stories that I've been doing for a while, you know, and just keeping it going and keeping the name out here and highlighting us as a culture, man, because we need it, man. You just don't need one person doing it. You just don't need me doing it. You need more people doing this. And
Absolutely.
yeah, it's not just me.
And that's what, man, the importance of a great videographer, man. And that's what people definitely, especially with this social media, man, because you could take a movement and make it very powerful. Very powerful. And that's what you guys been doing, man. And y'all actually been putting a lot of people on from Chicago with Indigo Magazine, you know, for years. And that's why I want to thank y'all, man, because it's so hard to get recognized. So many people doing so much out of Chicago, man, and it's just difficult to make it.
Yeah, man, I'm trying my best, man, you know, by getting out here and going to these different events and meeting more people and highlighting them, you know. And this probably comes from, you know, me not being visible and having a show that I have. But a person like yourself bringing me on and having viewers, you know, they can finally see who I am. So if they see me out and about, you know, I mean, I'm approachable, and you know, we can talk about, you know, highlighting your business and what you do, what you've done in the past, and what you're trying to do. You know, so I want to keep it going because we need it. I mean, I've interviewed some people that, you know, have known businesses and some people that don't have, you know, a business that's known, you know, but I feel like, you know, I got an eye good enough to highlight them and see the future, you know, more so than just, you know, they ain't got a name, I ain't gonna talk to them, they ain't nobody, man. You know, I see you when you get bigger, you know, you can't be that way.
Right, you could never be like that. You never know who's gonna blow up, who's who. Actually, I'm going through a lot of footage, and I'm seeing a lot of people who, out of footage who I know now, didn't know then, man, and you just never know.
Yep.
So, black people, we all have that mentality, like, okay, you ain't nobody yet, I'm not going to talk to you, I'm not going to interview you, and I feel the same way. Ain't no big eyes and little U's out there, so I try to knock out everybody, I try to hit and anybody, even now.
Like, it's this one young lady out of Inglewood. Her name is Latanya Johnson. She has a program called Latanya and the Youth in Inglewood. And before I started doing my Indigo thing, I filmed for a group over in Inglewood called Rage, Rage. And I do this thing called So Fresh Saturdays. You know, they go on a park tour throughout Inglewood. And, you know, live entertainment, free food for the kids, you know, different people come out there at their booths and, you know, tell them, you know, what they got going on. So I saw this girl out there, and I saw her out there, and I'm like, it's something about her. And I was like, you know, I always see her here. I don't really know her. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to approach her about doing a video. She don't have to pay me anything. I just want to do a video because I see her out here with these kids, and I feel like, you know, she might need some help. So I didn't get a chance to talk to her about that, but maybe a few months later, that's when I started doing my Indigo thing. And I stepped to her like, hey, I'm doing this for Indigo, I want to highlight you. She was the first person I ever interviewed. Man, maybe like a year later, I look up, she's on the TV show, The Jam, and they calling her the mother of Inglewood. So I said, man, I'm on to something. Right. It's been a few more people that's been in the news. I ran into a brother named Mark Walker with Ooey Sweet Tea. And it's a real good tea, and he got this cereal bar that's on 87th Street. It's in River Oaks, it's in Forest City, and it's in the mall in Gurnee. And I got introduced to him, and I did a story on him. And I ran into him in the mall one day, and And he was like, man, off your video, man, I'm gonna be on Fox News tomorrow. I said, man, yeah, I'm like, I'm on to something. So it's been quite a few. I did a photographer in Inglewood. Her name is Tanika Johnson.
Yeah, I seen
And
that.
she,
That was fun.
yeah, and she right now is, well, last year she was one of the top Chicagoans in Chicago. And I'm like, man, I highlighted her way before,
Before
she got
anybody
to
even
go.
knew who she was.
Yeah. And it's been so many, man, and it's like it makes me feel good as a person that I can highlight and share these people's stories, man. And for people that don't know them at first, and now I look up there on TV, so it's a blessing, man. And I'm not, hey, for you to come on my thing, you got to give me $1,000, nothing like
Right,
that. It's
right.
like, man, I see what y'all doing, but we need more people to,
Highlight the good out of Chicago,
highlight.
man. And
Yeah.
that's why, you know what, in my life in the shot, I highlight a lot of the bad, a lot of the killing,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And I mean, what I did is I started off positive. I do a
Yep.
lot. I try to do both. I try to highlight the good and the bad. I try to everything in Chicago. Whatever Chicago is going on, whoever making power moves or any moves, I offer them to come on my show. So man,
Yeah.
anybody want to come on the show, hit me at mylifeintheshine@gmail.com or just hit me My Life in the Shine on Facebook or anything, man. And but this is going to be one of many shows that we do together, brother, because we definitely want to
Yes.
hook up on a documentary, any videographers out there, and just network. We all need to network together,
Yeah.
man.
And when that documentary come out, you definitely gonna get an interview from me, man. You
Absolutely,
know.
brother.
So
So I
cause
definitely want to get I want to get a sit down professional interview as
yes,
well.
yes, yes. Like how I do it, man. You gonna come on? It's gonna be all you, man. I ain't gonna be on the scene, my face. I ask you them questions, and you talk about the documentary because I saw some of your work. I ain't gonna say some, a lot of your work,
Right, right.
and I love it, man. And I love, the people that you got around you, Tito Hardeman
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
the other activists that you have, I mean, we got cameras that you look at it, man, we doing two different things, but it's the same thing, man. It's man, we're highlighting people, man. We are something that they need,
And so
and they can't get.
And you know something else, man? I'm like this. I see other videographers. I'm like, man, let's work together. Ain't no need to be jealous of the next man doing their
No,
thing. And that's something black people
no,
we have bad, man. We get jealous of another. Probably look here, man. If you can't beat them, join them. And ain't no reason to be jealous of the next man. If the next man doing, you got the same 24 hours, both y'all can come up and make each other better. Two heads are better than one. So if I'm doing my
yeah.
thing, you doing your thing, me and you both can use our platforms to bring each other up.
Exactly. And it was like that with us from day one. When, we chopped it up, we said, hey man, let's stay in contact with each other, man.
Absolutely.
You got something going on, I got something going on, man, call me out. I think I called you before when I had something going on, I needed an extra camera. I don't think it happened, but still, hey, we met, hey, let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's how it should be. And all that jealousy, all his camera is this, his camera is that. I got
Right.
this lens, he got that lens, you know what I'm saying? All of
Right.
that needs to stop. But that's a part of the game because some people don't want the next person to get ahead of them. Like I said, man, you doing something for the people, I'm doing something for the people. You know what I'm saying? It's two different things, but it's the same thing, man. We're doing it for the people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can also see this interview on My Life in the Shot YouTube channel. Um, Man, bro, good to have you on, man. Good to talk to you, man, as always, man. I'm definitely going to get a
Yes.
sit down interview with you, bro. I'm going to put you in a documentary. Anything that I do, I'm going to be working on a lot of documentaries. I know you are. Keep me in tune with any projects that you have, man, because I definitely want to sit down and do some more projects and highlight your projects, especially on my platform, and let's just sit down. And anybody that want to sit down with me, I'm open. Man, bro, I'm open to work with anybody in Chicago. Anybody that want to work
Yeah.
with me, Let's work. Let's network, man. If there's any way I can help you, any way you can help me, let's do it together. There's no sense of us always working against each other. It makes no sense.
Yeah, but that's how it is sometimes, man. I hate to say it,
That's how it
but
is all the time with us, bro.
yeah. Yep, that's how it be, bro.
All right, bro, man. But no doubt, this is Torrance Smith from Indigo Magazine. Peace, peace.